What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video, creating a detailed sketch illustration of a dragon. Let's begin today's lesson by sketching a circle in the center of a page. Now I'm using a black 4B pencil. Let's move to a side grip and sketch with the flat edge. Starting from the very top, just going to lightly work our way around towards the bottom of our circle. And go all the way around towards the right side, coming back in towards the middle. Now from here we're going to block in the top edge of the eye. Let's start over on the left side, angle this down and across towards the right. And it'll connect the ends with a curve, coming down and then back up. Let's add a half circle on the right side. Starting from the center of this line, it's going to come down and then back up. Let's go to the left side of the circle, draw a straight angled line, coming down and then in towards the center of our circle. Curve this around and then up towards the right side of the circle. Now from the right side, we're just going to bend the mouth going out and then down. Let's round out the head, going up and then in towards the tip of the horn. From the tip of the horn, we're just going to taper this so it gets wider as you come down towards the mouth. And then from the top of our circle, draw a straight angled line coming in behind the side of the horn. Now let's go back and draw the bottom edge of the mouth. Starting from this line, curve this down and across towards the side of the circle. Bend this down and then back up. Let's bend the jaw, coming down and in towards the chin. Curve this up and in towards the bottom of our circle. Let's go to the back and add a couple horns. Starting from the top of the head, curve this up and then out. Bend the horn going up towards the tip. Now it's going to taper it so it gets wider as it comes down and then in towards the side of the head. Let's add the second horn in behind. From this line, we're going to step up, follow that same curve, going up and across. And we'll just bend this up towards the tip. And we'll tuck this in behind the front horn. And we'll add one more horn along the top. Starting from the base, curve up and back. And then again, just tapering this in towards the top of the head. Let's add those fins along the side of the head. Starting from the corner of the mouth, draw a straight angle line, coming down and back towards the end. Now right where the circle meets this line, draw another line going up and out. Step up and draw that again. Let's move underneath the jaw, draw another angled line coming down. Step over, curve this down towards the bottom. I'm just going to add one smaller one underneath the chin. Now you want to add the fins in between each of these lines. Starting from the tip, curve this in, and then bend that back out. Let's go back up to the top, come in and up towards the side of the head. And we'll continue to add those fins in between. Starting up here, coming in and out. Coming down towards the bottom. And one smaller one along the inside. And then from here we're going to layer the neck in behind the head. Starting up here, curve the neck going up and then down towards the side of our page. Let's go down to the bottom, bend this out and then down. Now from here we're going to add a second level of detail. Let's start with the top edge of the mouth, starting up here, bend this across and then down, coming out and then back up. Let's round out the base of the horn, coming down and then in toward the top of the head. And then from the base of the horn, curve this out and then down. Let's go back to the corner of the eye, curve this out, and then down. Let's add some guidelines along the top of the head for the scales. Let's start at the very top, come down, and then out towards that line, step across, do the same thing, and then we'll just repeat this all the way towards the back of the head. Let's go back and separate this horn in the middle. Starting from the tip, draw a guideline going across the middle, and then down. And then from that center line, angle this up towards the top, step over and just repeat this all the way towards the end. Now to come back in, angle in the opposite direction, coming down and in. I'm going to add some guidelines for the scales across the neck. Starting from the top, come down, and in towards the bottom, leave a gap, and just continue towards the left. Let's add that cartilage along the corner of the mouth, starting up here, come down, and then out. Let's go back to the front and add in the nostril. From this point, going out, and then bending that down. Go back up to the top, come down, and then out, and tuck that in behind. Let's add some spines across the bottom of the chin. Start from the corner, come down and in, taper that back up. I'm just going to repeat this all the way in towards the head. It'll get a little bit smaller as you come up. Now we're going to add some spikes across the top. Starting from this line, angle this up and back, taper that back down, go to the next line, do the same thing, and I'll repeat this all the way up towards the top of the head. Now from here, we're going to layer the tongue inside the mouth. Let's start from the bottom left, curl the tongue going up, and then bending that down, and then curl that up towards the tip of the tongue, taper that back in towards the inside of the mouth. Now from here, we're going to add our first level of detail. Let's start by adding some thickness to the bottom of the scales, starting from this line, using the side edge of our pencil. It's going to go out, and then up, go back to the bottom, going across, and then up toward that second line, come back down. Now just adding a little bit of a bend across the bottom, and then up, and then going across the top of the eye. Just adding a thick ridge along the bottom of the eye, and going out. And then with the tip of our pencil, we're going to start adding some detail and shape to the eye. Start with the top of the eyelid, coming down, bending that up underneath, and then drawing in the bottom. Now at the side edge of our pencil, we're just going to add some darkness around the eye, and then just fading that out. So going a little bit darker around the eye, and then just blending that out. Also adding a few wrinkles along the outside. And I'm just going to add some folds underneath those scales, going down towards the mouth. Just adding a little bit more shading. Now these scales are going to cast a shadow across the top of the mouth area. Just going to darken that up and then fade that out. Going with the tip of our pencil, I'm just going to darken up the nostril, and then fill up the inside, and just adding some shading around. Going back and adding some more folds around the eye. I'm going to stay with the side edge of our pencil and add some more shape to the mouth. Just pulling this up, and then we'll add some sockets for the teeth with these small half circles. along the edge of the mouth. And coming out towards the tip of the beak. Just going to darken up the top of those spikes. I'm going to go back and add in those teeth inside those sockets. Some smaller sockets along the bottom of the mouth. Work my way towards the front. Then adding a little bit more shape to the chin. And we'll go back and add in those teeth. And layering the tongue in behind the teeth. And we'll darken up the corner of the mouth and then just fade that out. I'm going to go back and add a little bit more shape to these fins. Just give me a slight bend. And darkening up the edge of the horns, going out towards the end. And go back and add a little bit more detail to the scales across the neck. Starting dark along the bottom, and just fading that up, and then overlapping the scales across the bottom of the neck. And a little spike across the top edge of the scales. Now I'm just going to cast a shadow in between these spikes. Just adding a curve, coming in, just fading that out. And we'll darken up the bottom of the horns, across this line. And adding that shadow across the bottom of the head. I just want to add a rough shadow across the bottom of the neck and then fade that up. Now we're moving back to the tip of our pencil and just adding some more contrast and detail. Just going to enhance those wrinkles and shadows, starting from the eye. Just going to add a shadow across the bottom of the scales in an angle, and then just fade that up. And I just want to retain some of that texture. I'm going to add a shadow on the left side of each tooth, and then fade that out as we go across. And going back and casting that shadow across the gum line. And we'll do the same thing across the bottom, starting with the gum line. And tracing out each of the teeth. And then adding that shadow. Add that even shade inside the tongue. And then we'll darken up the bottom and then fade that up. Now using the side edge of our pencil, we're just going to add some more texture towards the front of the beak. move up and add some cracks across those scales. I'm going in and just separating out each of these sections of the horns. And a little bit of an overlap. And darken up those shadows. Now going in and adding some more texture across the neck scales. Just dark lines. And then our final step, we're just going to add some more contrast to our drawing. And as we wrap up our drawing, I'll finish off with a little bit more detail, and that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of a dragon. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. You can also drop your requests in the comments below. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.